I can't think of a better way to spend your birthday. Happy birthday to you and from
Thank
everyone. And
you.
comments are coming in the chat for you.
Thank you, everyone. And it's really important for me to share this story. I don't think I've ever shared my experience with 9/11. When I was asked, I was, when you're a New Yorker and you've experienced 9/11, it's one of those stories that are deeply personal. So this is actually the first time I'm sharing it all. I was actually around, I think Jamie's age, around 8 or 7 years old. And I started my school. It was a private school in Brooklyn, and it had to be the first week of school. It was in September. And it was in the early morning, and we were watching the television. The trolleys came in, you had the big TV, and we were watching some documentary. And I remember my teachers stepping out of the classroom and with my principal, and their faces of terror was something that I still remember to this day. And I remember my principal coming into the classroom and telling us, they didn't tell us what happened, but they told us that we're going to go home early. So I remember all of us being super excited to go home early. At that time, it was around 12 o'clock, and we went in a school bus, and we were so excited to watch television and watch our TV shows and our cartoons. And again, we all didn't know what was happening. And we got home, and I was home with my mom, and I was like, we're gonna watch TV. And my mom was like, planes crashed into the World Trade Center. And when you're 7 years old, you don't really process that. And my dad was working in the city at the time. And again, if anyone in New York knows, at the time the signals were off. So if you were in Manhattan, you had to walk home if you were living in Brooklyn. That's exactly what happened with my dad. And my memory's a little foggy with everything else that happened. But what I do remember, and a lot of folks don't even really talk about, is there was a lot of helicopters happening every night for the past 3 weeks, and that was really terrifying. I remember, and not wanting to go outside. That was something that I think really sticks with me. I remember being really scared to go outside. But I think, being a kid, it's different when you experience a natural disaster. Right now, New York, I experienced COVID. Not me personally experienced COVID, but we got hit first in the United States, and it was everything that you saw was real. With Black Lives Matters, with the protests, was real. I got laid off. I still am laid off. But with everything that happens, especially with the people of the Pan-African diaspora, we come victorious when we're made with adversity. And without being laid off, I would never be able to be a business owner. I'm now a business owner. I'm Black Teaching Artist Lab, and I trademarked my own pedagogical framework for Black teaching artists. And I'm doing the first research for Black teaching artists. And I think what I want to leave this space is that even though there's natural disasters, and right now we're dealing with COVID, we're at a point in history where we're all coming together. We're in a space as people from Barbados and New York and Jamaica, and we're talking about our experiences, and making those legacies, and talking about our storytelling. And the future is now. So that is what I have to say. It's real cute and short. And yeah, thank you so much for having me a part of this. So thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Whoever that
you.
was beautiful.
Thank you very much. And thank you for that testimony